Good evening and welcome to Kini News. The federal court has dismissed Malaysiakini's appeal against a lower court decision that ruled in favour of Raub Australian Gold Mining or RAGM's defamation suit. The news portal has been ordered to pay 550,000 ringgit in damages to the company in liquidation. The federal court ordered Malaysiakini to pay Raub Australian Gold Mining or RAGM 200,000 ringgit in costs for the latter's defamation case. This was on top of the 350,000 ringgit in costs and damages awarded by the Court of Appeal in 2018. The decision was a split 3-2 majority by the 5-member panel. In 2016, the Kuala Lumpur High Court had ruled in favour of Malaysiakini on grounds that the news organisation had succeeded in their defence of responsible journalism and reportage. In 2018, the Court of Appeal overturned the decision. Malaysiakini Editor-in-Chief Stephen Gunn said the decision today was a huge blow for public interest journalism. Malaysiakini CEO Premesh Chandran said the portal will continue with their duty to report news and views that matter without fear or favour, with accuracy and balance. He also noted that given the dire situation in the country due to COVID-19, Malaysiakini would not be asking for public donations. Malaysiakini had raised 270,000 ringgit beyond the 500,000 ringgit fine that was imposed by the federal court for contempt earlier this year. 3 years ago, Malaysiakini had raised 350,000 to cover the damages and costs awarded by the Court of Appeal. While Malaysiakini won't be collecting donations to cover the fine ordered by the federal court, a commitment to free and independent media coverage is one that needs constant support, especially in Malaysia. All the names that you see in the ticker below are the generous folks who have supported Kini TV in the month of June. If you would like to see your name down there, check the description below for instructions on how you can contribute. Now, on to our next story. For months, the government has been pressured to open the doors of the parliament so that sittings can convene. Now, de facto law minister Taqiyuddin Hassan says that this will happen before the 1st of August. As pressure continues to mount upon the Perikatan Nasional Administration, de facto law minister Taqiyuddin Hassan has announced that the parliament will reconvene before the emergency period expires on the 1st of August. Taqiyuddin said that more details will be available after the cabinet meeting next week, explaining that the Prime Minister, as the head of parliament, has decided to call for a parliament sitting as soon as possible before the 1st of August 2021, adding that this will be finalized during the 7th of July cabinet meeting. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong has twice decreed for the august houses to sit, quote, as soon as possible to allow the emergency proclamation and its ordinances to be debated. Taqiyuddin said that Putrajaya honours the Agong's decrees about parliamentary sittings. Legal experts previously told Malaysiakini that it would be pointless for Parliament to debate the emergency proclamation and ordinances after they both expire on the 1st of August. Earlier on, Pakatan Harapan has issued an ultimatum to Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin to announce concrete steps for Parliament to reconvene before the 1st of August as per the Yang di-Pertuan Agong's wishes. In a joint statement today, PKR President Anwar Ibrahim, Amanah President Muhammad Sabu and DAP Secretary General Lim Guan Eng said that if Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin does not announce anything by next Monday, the 5th of July, then the members of Parliament will gather at Parliament 2 weeks from then on July 19th. The King has opined that Parliament should convene, quote, as soon as possible to debate emergency proclamations and emergency ordinances under Article 150 subsection 3 of the Federal Constitution. The article states that both the proclamations and ordinances can be revoked if Parliament chooses to do so. Anwar has taken this as a signal that the Agong wants the House to convene before the emergency expires on the 1st of August. So far, Putrajaya has taken note of the Agong's position but has not committed to a date for reconvening Parliament. Meanwhile, a group is calling on the public to wave black flags at 3 p.m. this Saturday as a show of protest against the Perikatan Nasional government. The protest has 3 demands, namely for Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin to resign immediately, for Parliament to convene, and for the state of emergency to end.
The Secretariat Solidarity Rakyat SSR said those who want to join the protests should wave flags at their homes, businesses, streets, or anywhere appropriate and post pictures of it on social media at 3 p.m. with the hashtag Lawan. This act of waving a black flag is a message to the government that the people are sick and tired of the uncertain solutions for the people's and the country's problems, SSR said in a statement yesterday. SSR also said the PN government has not come up with a viable plan to save Malaysia from the COVID-19 pandemic despite rising unemployment and job losses. SSR is an ad hoc coalition of youth groups. They had previously organised 2 rallies outside Parliament. one to demand for the immediate implementation of Undi 18 and another for Parliament to reopen.
From black flags, now we go to a story about a white flag, particularly the one that was hoisted in front of the Phupin Medical Rehabilitation Centre in Kuala Lumpur, which got the attention of several residents nearby and also an MP.
Kopong MP Lim Lip Eng today visited Phupin Medical Rehabilitation Centre to offer a donation after seeing the rehabilitation centre's Facebook post where they put up a white flag signalling for help.
Malam dia nampak di sosial media ada itu gerakan kibarkan bendera putih. Dia pun ikut, dia pun letak satu bendera putih di luar dan letak dalam Facebook pertubuhan dia. Ini pun juga di viral. Jadi hari ini kami di sini untuk memberi bantuan dan juga untuk memaklumi orang awam di sana. Kalau mampu, kalau rela, silalah bantu rumah warga tua ini di jenjang utara.
The Kopong MP decided to have a press conference so that he could raise awareness not only about the hashtag Bendera Putih or White Flag campaign, but also the rehabilitation centre, where he urges the public to help out if they have the means. Currently, there are 13 patients residing in the rehabilitation centre. 6 of them are paralysed, while some others have open wounds from diabetes that require daily dressing. These ailing elderlies usually do not have family members who are able to care for them, hence they are put into the centre.
Sekarang sini ada 13 orang, lepas tu ada 5 orang tak boleh jalan. Lepas tu ada yang satu kulit problem, lepas tu satu ada lagi 2 tak boleh makan, lepas tu dia kena minum susu saja.
Phupin Medical Rehabilitation Centre came across the campaign on Facebook and decided to post a picture of their own. It gained traction from locals and also caught the attention of Lim Lip Eng. The hashtag Bendera Putih or White Flag campaign started online a few days ago and sends the message for people in urgent need to seek for help after losing their source of income or have run out of food supplies. This call for help is to aid those in need put food on the table and prevent them from resorting to drastic measures including suicide.
Segambut MP Hannah Yeoh wants the government to roll out vaccinations for everyone living in the areas that will come under the enhanced movement control order. And when she says everyone, she means everyone.
Segambut MP Hannah Yeoh has called on the government to vaccinate people living in areas under the Enhanced Movement Control Order or EMCO, including foreigners in the area. This came after the government had announced yesterday that several parts of Selangor and Kuala Lumpur will be placed under EMCO from July 3rd until July 16. Yeoh said the virus does not distinguish between a local and a foreigner, and the country couldn't afford to have a lack of vaccination among them, spiralling into another wave of infection. She cited EMCOs in localities such as Kampung Segambut Dalam as of last week and Kampung Sungai Penchala last month, as areas where there were large migrant populations that should have been vaccinated. According to Yeoh, the priority during this time of the pandemic should be for the safety and health of every life, and this includes the lives of foreigners living in our midst. With this, she called for the government to send their mobile vaccine trucks into EMCO areas for the sake of the health and recovery of the nation and to achieve herd immunity. In the past 7 days, 24.18% out of 42,120 new cases of COVID-19 were foreigners, while the rest were Malaysians. It should be noted that at the Mentari Court EMCO in Sunway, authorities will be vaccinating residents, including foreigners, starting Sunday.
Shellfish, red meat, and beer. If you love indulging in these foods, you may end up with high uric acid level in your blood. These foods consist high level of purine, a substance that will eventually break down into uric acid and be excreted through our urine. It is recommended that the amount of dietary purines should be kept between 600 to 1000 milligrams per day. Having too much uric acid in your blood can cause attacks of gout. It can also cause kidney stones and blockage in the kidney. The crystallization of the excessive uric acid in your blood can be eased by reducing purine-rich food to only 100 to 150 milligrams daily, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and consuming urinary alkalinizer like Ural. It consists of sodium bicarbonate, citric acid, and sodium citrate that increases the urinary pH and solubility of uric acid to prevent crystallization. Best of all, it's lemon-flavored and sugar-free. Raub, effective urinary alkalinizer. Neutralize your uric acid problem now.
We haven't heard about a no-confidence vote in a while. In fact, our MPs are proposing to put such a motion aside as we try to fight COVID-19. But now, it looks like PKR's Akmal Nasir may have lost the confidence of some of the PKR youth. While the talk of a no-confidence vote in Parliament has been put on the back burner, it looks like PKR Youth Chief Akmal Nasir may have something similar coming his way. In a statement yesterday by 3 Negeri Sembilan PKR youth leaders, they claimed that the PKR youth grassroots in the state have lost their confidence in Akmal as the party youth chief. They alleged that Akmal's recent actions in sacking the PKR youth chief of Selangor and Perlis is an act of sabotage against the party president Anwar Ibrahim and was done without following due process. The statement was issued by the PKR youth chief of the Rumbau, Rasa and Port Dickson branches respectively. In the statement uploaded to Facebook by Rumbau PKR Youth Chief Effendi Mat Aris, they also called out the Negeri Sembilan PKR Youth Chief Hafiz Muhammad and asked why Akmal had not taken action against him instead, as they alleged that Hafiz had no effort or initiative in increasing the quality and stability of the state's youth wing. The statement also called for PKR youth to conduct an extraordinary general meeting or EGM to elect a youth chief for the party that can uphold the reformasi struggle. A team from Bukit Aman has raided the Freedom Film Network office in Petaling Jaya and the house of cartoonist Amin Landak in Wangsa Maju today in connection with an ongoing probe into a local animation that highlighted allegations of police brutality.
Federal Police recorded statements from cartoonist Amin Landak and Freedom Film Network or FFN's co-founder Anaha for the film Chili Powder and Thinner. The police had also seized their handphones and later raided Amin's house and FFN's office. FFN released Chili Powder and Thinner on June 12, which is a short animation produced by rights group Suara Rakyat Malaysia Suaram based on the real-life experience of a 16-year-old teenager who was arrested and beaten by the police along with 2 others. In the animation, they were shown being tied up and beaten with objects such as wooden sticks and rubber pipes before their bodies were smeared with chili powder and thinner. The animation was also released following at least 4 widely reported deaths in custody from mid-April to June this year. Ha and Amin were being investigated under Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act and Sections 500 and 505B of the Penal Code.
That's a wrap for Kini News for today and for the week. For more news stories, you can go to kinitv.com and you can also follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and also YouTube to get the latest headlines there as well. If you would like to support the independent media, do consider a subscription to Malaysiakini.com. If you're heading out, don't forget your mask. And when you can, do try to stay home. To all of our friends in the Selangor and Kuala Lumpur areas that come under EMCO beginning tomorrow, hang in there, do stay home when you can, and only try to go out when you absolutely need to. We still need to beat this virus. I'm Daniel Anthony. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. And as always, stay safe, Malaysia.